How do I identify underperforming stocks in my portfolio? I think it is a learning process, and for the I first focus on selecting a specific type of stocks for my watch list, and from there I will swing trade. So if I purchase a stock and then it keeps going down and down, then that is when I will take some notes, I will keep an eye on it, analyzing it. It could usually be that I purchase it at a higher price. I will learn from that process so that the next time I'm going to purchase it again, I'll do a better job. But there are some stocks that after purchasing it, it could go 1 year and still be negative, and it will go even lower than what I would expect that it will go. And those I could take notes and say that this stock is now really following the trend lines that are the uptrend lines that I'm trying to aim for, because I'm using long uptrend swing trading strategy. The bottom of the chart should show a higher lows, but every stock is different. So what I noticed with the strategy that I use, it works well with growth stocks. So therefore, I'm looking for those growth stocks that I can swing through using this strategy. And I create a list of large cap growth stocks, but I'm swing trading from them to see how it's working. That way, some of them I will take them out, to put them on the side. And right now, there is this secondary list of stocks that, I could eliminate some from. So for instance, I have no note here. I'm not entirely sure anymore why I did that, but let's take a look at it. The first one is CSGP. Okay, so I purchased it. I'm finding an arrow here that I purchased it, but you can see that it continued to go down. But it is not the reason why I say no to it. So right now, my swing trading strategy is to buy at the value line and sell it at all-time highest price. We have the date on the x-axis from the past to the present, and the price on the y-axis from $0 up. Right now, I'm seeing those data line, which are years. I'm seeing multiple years already in front of me, and I'm not seeing all-time highest price. That is the reason why I say no to this. So I'm going to go to maximum monthly chart, and I'm seeing all-time highest price is in 2021. So, but then it has 3 years or so of growth there, and then it's 6 months or so of drop, and then it went up here but didn't surpass the all-time highest price, and came back down, went up again, and came back down. So, and is around this area here, but again around my buying zone. But the reason why I say no to it is I like to trade stocks that all-time highest price is within the last few years. And that's why I create the secondary stock of those stocks that have all-time highest price, little bit pushback in the past. And I know that I will have them. If I purchase them, I will have them in my portfolio for a few years before I sell it. So I call them short-term investment, separately from the one that I'm swing trading. So that is the reason why after adding it to my portfolio and purchasing it, I say that moving forward, maybe this is the stock that I will take out, just because of how many years that it has been, and it has now reached all-time highest price yet. So the next one is CT, and is what is in the real estate. So this one is information technology. So CTSH. CTSH. So this one I purchased it as well, and then it's going down. It touch base with this support line and start going up from there. And when I'm looking at it, I'm seeing 2 years growth here, pretty much, and then it pull back down, but stay a little bit down here before it start going up here. And I have pretty much 2 years or so of growth here. It tend to do about 2 years of growth, 2 years of drop, 2 years of growth. And this past 2 years here, it has not reached that all-time highest prices in the, it's like 3 or 4 years here, those dotted lines. So, but it has that pattern. In fact, in some way, it seems to be a little bit predictable. And I purchased a pretty much, I have those support line that I'm thinking that is going to touch base with. And I purchased it when it touched base with this one and start going down again. I purchased it shortly before it touched base with this. But then it came back down to this one that it has not touched base with since what, 2009. So having this all-time highs again that far in the past is why I say no to it, and it came back down to this support line, and to me is quite low. This will be acceptable, but those are learning experience as well. And coming to this though, this does not have much of a support because it went across this, it touched, and then it leaned on it here. So yeah, but again, I say no to this as well. I don't try to know too much about the company itself. I just judge them through their chart, their maximum chart, daily and monthly, maximum daily chart, maximum monthly chart. So that is pretty much, those two, I purchased them and run out, they are negative in my portfolio. And I know at some point they could become positive, but moving forward, there are stocks I prefer to take out of my watch list after I sold them or not buying them more. It's not because they are bad stock per se, but the strategy that I'm using, I don't need to trade all the stocks out there, and there are thousands of them. I just want to find a good number that works with the strategy that I have, and I just keep swing trading those. So it's like creating a mutual fund of single stocks that I will just keep swing trading them in and out. And so today we are going to analyze IRM as of July 17, 2026. And I put a note there that I had a good experience with it. So when we are looking at IRM on a monthly chart, maximum monthly chart here, you can see, it has growth in it. And I feel like it's less likely to come down to this support line, and I'm looking to buy at this one. So we are going to go to maximum daily chart, and in the past I purchased it there. I purchased it and then it was done. It was in beginning 2025. It came down here. I purchased it again, and then it did its things, and it reached all-time highest price in 2026, like in May or so. And then I sold it. I sold this portion that I purchased there. It came back down, went back up again, and I sold the rest because I don't know if it's really done going up or if it's going to continue going up or not. So I sold both, the past month and this month, the past month. But and Now it went down, it's going up again, but I don't know why it's doing. And my goal is to buy again around this support line. So this, and you can see all-time highest price for it. The past one was in 2024, you see, and I'm okay with that. And then 2026 it reached it again. It didn't reach all-time highest price in 2025. So about 1 year is here. In fact, it started early. 2023, it started in 2023, reaching all-time highest price all the way to 2024. And then it reached all-time highest price in 2026. Make me think it could well continue climbing up all the way to 2027 before it's done. And I could well have sold it too early. But I don't know. I will learn from this experience. Since I'm putting arrows on it, next time I will know. It will take a while before, if it continue going up, then I know that I got out of it too early, you know, and do better next time. Again, just by looking at what it did in the past cycle, from the valley to the peak to the valley, and from the valley to the peak, and whatever that peak ended, and when it comes back to the valley again, from this valley to that valley will be another cycle when it has all-time highest price within that valley and the next valley. So, and that is how I analyze those stocks to see which one is not performing well as I expected, and just take them out of the watch list and keep curating that list so that I can have a good list of stocks that I can analyze, relying on the previous pattern to make my buying and selling decision, you know, moving forward. So what about you? How do you identify underperforming stocks in your portfolio? And in this case, I do that in combination of my watch list of stocks as well. So thank you so much for your time. We thank you very much for watching our videos. Thank you for all your comments, and we thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi, and on our channel we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence. And swing trading could allow you to generate another stream of income. Just start slowly, and surely you will get there. As a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a professional trader. I just swing trade in my husband and I joint brokerage account, pursuing our goal of financial independence, and I like to share what is working for us, what is not working. So if you find some tips useful, you can customize them to fit your personality type, your risk tolerance, and use them in your own financial success journey. Will you please proceed with caution? For more videos in this series, will you please check the playlist How to Start Swing Trading Step by Step Using Long Option Lines in the description of this video. And this video is brought to you by our online store, Liberman.com. If you are looking for pouches, cloth napkins, or tote bags, will you please check our online store, Liberman.com. Thank you so much for your time. Happy swing trading.